To balance the dark with the light, since I told those ghost stories, here's a little comedy. Still a true story, like the others. I had left my first love house after we started dating again. By this time, she had a 3-month-old son named Jaden. He looked like me, so I claimed him. At 18 months, she took him from me. But she said you could come over between 10:30 and 11:30 when he's asleep. Come on, yo, we know what that is. Those are booty call hours. After her and I get done, I didn't want to leave the used condom and shiny Magnum wrapper in the trash can. He's a baby. Everything goes in their mouth. That's disgusting. So I put it in my pajama pants pocket. So I get in my car, 97 Acura Integra with a 95 Honda Prelude swap in it. I think it was Type S. And I'm in leaving Morrow, Georgia. Not a good neighborhood. And I turned down this industrial road. There's this car dangerously close to my rear bumper. So I bust that first right. Figure by the time I turn around, this asshole behind me will be gone when I get back on the main road. I turn around, and then as I'm heading toward the main road, I see a dark figure on the other side of the road. I've been dealing with supernatural things and paranormal things one and the same since I was 4. Excuse me. So I turn on my brights, and then they turn on their headlights. Same ones in my rear view. So I figure they're trying to steal my car. Drop it in the first, run that stop sign, make that right, make an immediate right, park, and cut off the car. I'm going whizzing by without those roof lights as a police officer. I waited about 10, 15 minutes. There were no semi trucks. There was no regular cars, no trucks, no police. So I figured it's safe to turn back on the road. So I do so. And heading in my direction is a police officer. And he busts that U-turn coming after me. And I figure I can run from the cops. Again, topic for another story. Fuck y'all motherfuckers, by the way. Fuck the police. Anyway, long story short, on that note, I just figure I'm gonna pull over. I pull over the car still running, pull it out of gear, pull up the e-brake. I get out the car with my arms to the side, like, why are you fucking with me? So the officer gets out the car and he has a disfigured head. And my first thought was, I just got pulled over by somebody straight out of The Hills Have Eyes. Like he was a ugly motherfucker. So he was like, get down on the ground and whatnot. Had his hand on his sidearm. I said, fuck you. I ain't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Call your supervisor. Four more police cop cars pull up for a total of 5. And coming over to speak to me is the sergeant. White guy, he's like 6'3", older cat. And he's speaking to me and whatnot. Woo. He says, Mr. Cooper, do you have anything in the car? Any drugs or anything like any firearms? I said, no, sir. You can go ahead and feel free to search it. So the disfigured cop says, yeah, you probably threw it down that road you turned around. I said, fuck you. Go down there with the canines. You ain't going to find shit. Supervisor puts a hand on my shoulder and says, Mr. Cooper, I can arrest you right now for simple assault on an officer. Says, so I shut up. So now the sergeant says, Mr. Cooper, we have to put you in handcuffs, but that does not mean you're under arrest. See, now they're fishing for shit to take me in on. I was like, all right, Sarge, I don't mind being put in handcuffs as long as it's you. Sergeant puts me in handcuffs, leans me against my car. Then he says, Mr. Cooper, we now have to search your persons. Is that okay? Do we have permission to do that? Sergeant, I don't mind. You can feel free to search me. He says, but the officer first on scene has to do it. Now, this is the disfigured cop that was harassing me. So here comes this cocksucker, the disfigured cop. And he says, do you have anything in your pockets that'll cut or poke me? As a matter of fact, I don't. He's like, nah, I'm fucking for real. If I get cut, poked, or catch something, I'm gonna be pissed. Nigga, what the fuck I say? He takes his bare hand and puts it in my pajama pants pocket and pulls it out immediately. What the fuck is that wet shit? I said, sir, I told y'all I left my baby mom's house. That is a used condom. All the cops, the black cop, speaking with it was a man speaking with that white cop man in the back, laughing just hysterically. The white cop that was looking in my car with the flashlight, he's laughing. The supervisor laughing. Supervisor forcibly turns me this way, like with some good amount of force, but I wasn't bitching. Takes off the handcuffs, hands me my license, and says, "Mr. Cooper, you have a good night." Laughing now. I was like, "You too, Sarge."